oil filter changed up. Right here is the gearbox that we took apart earlier for the electronic shifter. That is buttoned up and ready to go. We still got to put the motor on it, but we're going to do that when we put it on the ATV. Went ahead and did the spark plugs on the top. That was easy, obviously, no big deal. I got it set up right here to drain my oil. Got an oil pan down there. Worked out really well. Got everything greased up on this side. We're pretty much ready to go. Got my pull start back up on there. Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of Bubba's Garage. Guys, today is not a Jeep day. I'm bummed about it. I'm bummed about it. But honestly, guys, if you saw in a recent episode of Bubba's Garage right here, we gave you a quick rundown on the Honda Ranger project. And today, that is exactly what we're moving on to, is the Honda Ranger project. We got to get this thing sealed, buttoned up, and installed back into the ATV so that we can get our starter back in.
Yeah, the reason we took it down this far was when we tried to pull out the old starter.
It pulled out the old starter and it broke. I mean, guys, honestly, just definitely check that video, because the nipple on the top of the starter actually broke right off into the housing. We had to pull that out, and well, that was a booger bear, but now we got it out. So we're going to clean this up. We're going to seal it up with some ATV fluid, the ATV gasket, and we're going to seal that up, button that up, and then we're going to take a look at the back side of this, because this particular ATV has the electronic shifter. The electronic shifter is acting up a little bit, so we're going to check the gears on that.
Just want to make sure there's nothing wrong with the gearbox.
Yeah, and then we'll button that back up, and then we'll move on. We'll go ahead and replace our oil filter while we have it out here on the bench, and if we get lucky today, we'll get this installed. If not, we'll get it installed in the ATV tomorrow. So guys, I hope you had a great day, and well, if you have any questions about ask me. Honestly, this is Bubba's Garage. We do the best we can what we have, and we've never ever cracked the ATV case before, a Honda engine ever, so we really don't know what we're doing. So if we do something wrong, definitely call us out on it. We'd love to know. So right now, we're going to go ahead and get started cleaning this up. We're going to put some ATV gasket on it, seal it up, and move on to our gearbox. That was quick, that was easy. Honestly, it wasn't that bad at all. Hopefully I did my little seal fairly well. I didn't want to overdo it, so I'm not really sure. If it leaks, then Corey's gonna have to take it out and do it. And honestly, normally when we take these type of things apart, we like refinish every little component. The brackets, we would really clean them up, detail them.
Yeah.
But we just don't have the time on this project, so we're not gonna do that. Something I found, that shaft right there, it looks like it's boogered up a little bit. Yeah, honestly. And earlier when we had this ATV, when we first got it, we started working on it, when you go to put it in reverse, you could put it in reverse on the fly, which is probably why that is getting boogered up. This is the shaft that actually goes to the rear of the ATV. And when we replaced all those cables on it, one of the cables was a locking cable that would attach right there. And that cable would actually prevent it from going into reverse without being fully stopped, put the brake on, then put it in reverse. That probably would have prevented that. But that's okay. It is what it is.
One thing to note is if you do ever take the casing off the front, all of the screws are different, so make sure that you have some kind of organization so you can put the same ones back the way they came out.
That's a very valid point. They are not the same screws. As you noticed in our footage there, they were all labeled, so definitely do that. Now we have everything set up and ready to go. This is where the starter would go, right here. So we're going to clean that up here in a moment, but we're not going to put the starter in. We're going to put the starter in when it's back inside of the ATV. Right now, we're going to flip this bench around and we're going to take a look at that gearbox and see if we have any shifting problems with the gears. That's what's next. Let's do it. Alright guys, the gears, everything actually looks pretty good. There's no broken teeth, no wore teeth. I think what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up. They're gunked up quite a bit on here, so we're going to clean all this stuff up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just re-grease them. Put it all back together and hope for the best. The motor does work, so if there's any other issues with the shifting, it's probably going to be further off in the housing. And honestly, it works, it shifts fine for the most part. It's just every once in a while, it'll stop shifting, and you bounce around on the ATV, and it'll start shifting again. So we're going to clean this up and then button that up, and we'll move on to do our oil change. Alright guys, we got everything put back together. It took us a few minutes. We just kind of wanted to skim over it real quickly, make sure we weren't missing anything.
Got everything, yeah.
Yeah, so right here we got our oil filter changed up. Right here is the gearbox that we took apart earlier for the electronic shifter. That is buttoned up and ready to go. We still got to put the motor on it, but we're going to do that when we put it on the ATV. Went ahead and did the spark plug on the top. That was easy, obviously, no big deal. I got it set up right here to drain my oil. Got an oil pan down there. Worked out really well. Got everything greased up on this side. We're pretty much ready to go. Got my pull start back up on there. I think this little fella is ready to be installed on the ATV. Now we did go ahead and there's two ground connections on these, so we cleaned these up here. There's one on the front there, right there, and then there's another one right, I don't know if you see that, right there. So we cleaned that one up. Just clean them up just to make sure that once we get this installed and we put the starter on it, hopefully those ground connections were our problem. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna find out here in just a moment. Right now, we're not gonna start this tonight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get it into the ATV and probably try to button up most of it.
Most tonight. Of it.
And then maybe if we get lucky, we'll try to start it up tomorrow and we'll find out if we did a good job.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Bobby's gonna pick this up. She's gonna put it in the ATV. It'll be done like that. Just, yeah. I guess I'm gonna pick that up now. Bam, and just like that, it's all done. Every single bit of it. It is. No, actually, we got a little ways to go. This last, we spent what, 4 hours putting the whole engine back together. I greatly apologize. I didn't vlog every step of that, but that's just because we're really trying to wrap this up really fast. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to start.
Fingers crossed, man. I'll tell you what.
Guys, it's taking every ounce of my being not to like try to just see if it'll bump over just a little bit. But we got to wait for that ATV to set up, and that takes about 24 hours. Then we'll put some oil on it. We'll fill it up with some gas and then we'll try it out. That's coming up really, really soon in our next video.
Yes.
Guys, I want to say thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully this video, well, I'm not sure if it was much of a how-to whatsoever.
Not really. It was more of our journey.
Yeah, just definitely our journey, or her journey. Yeah. Did you guys see that? She picked that engine up and put it in, and yeah, see, Bubba's got to do the hard work around here, just saying. So guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. Guys, if you like this video, give us a huge, huge, huge thumbs up. And if you really like this video and you want to stick around and find out what happens next, right here on Bubba's Garage, please subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night, everybody.
Good night.